Beautiful day, all you brave hearts, and welcome to another Brave Heart Nation Studios program. Today we have Dan with Quantum Healing for the Family. And I know that we as a nation are more and more becoming aware of how powerful and damaging EMFs are to our bodies. And so I'm really always very excited when Dan shows up volunteering his time to come and educate all of us on what exactly happens in your body when EMFs are attacking you, right? Because it really is attacking our bodies and reducing the immune system and the other things that we'll get into. I am your host today, Cheryl Serta. I'm a master practitioner with a Power Pack Clinic in Occidental, California. That's in Northern California. And it is my pleasure to host today. Hi, Dan. How are you doing?
Hey, good morning, Cheryl. It is wonderful. It's a beautiful day. It's my best day ever, and I hope it's your best day as well. And you know what I love about this show? I love engaging with the audience. I love listening, seeing comments and engagement as we go through. So if you're watching, man, if you can just give us a thumbs up or a heart, let us know you're here because we this is about engaging and sharing with you guys what is really important in life, which is stewardship and our energy and our vitality. As you know, it's been stolen from us in so many different ways, but yet we can reclaim it. We can take it back. That's what Braveheart's all about. That's what Dr. Wolfe is all about. And I'm so grateful to be able to be on his platform and sharing these products with you through his store.
I love that. And so I know today that you really wanted to focus on what EMFs are actually doing in our bodies, to our bodies, and how even people now high in government are really becoming aware of what's going on and making a move towards making the change to bring us back our health.
Absolutely. Yeah, and it's one thing. So a lot of us want to understand what is going on. Like why are we feeling sick? Why are we so tired? Why do I go to bed tired, wake up just as tired, if not more tired? We're just not getting the sleep that we want or that we think we should be getting or that we used to get. And okay, mainstream would say, well, you're just getting old. That's old, that's a symptom of old age. Well, we don't believe that here, do we, Cheryl? We don't believe that at all. Um, and so we can go into what are EMFs, electromagnetic frequencies. These electromagnetic frequencies are everywhere. There's natural ones and there's man-made versions. So these frequencies come from the sun. That's a natural version. They also come from the plants. They come from the animals. They come from us. We produce weak emission infrared and UV. They're called biophotons. It's an incredible science. Fritz Albert Popp was the one who really championed that back in the 70s and 80s. And he showed us he was able to visualize that all living systems produce this small little electromagnetic field called biophoton. And, the intensity of it is the intensity of one candle wick 2 miles away. So really hard for our native eyes to see it, but we do perceive that, and we do, our animals do, every living system interacts. That it's one of the ways we interact with each other. So there are natural electromagnetic fields that we thrive on. Earth's magnetic field, the Schumann resonance, all these things are areas that we thrive on and are healed by. It's a healing environment. I believe God made the earth to be a sanctuary and to be a place where we can be recovering, repairing, and healing. Take it fast forward now, here we are in 2025, and for the last 250 years, the electrification of the world has really led us down a path where those natural healing frequencies have been crowded out. They call it electropollution. So now when our eyes and our cells receive that natural light, there's actually a cloud of artificial or man-made electricity that crowds that out, puts static on the cells, and creates chaos within the cellular structure itself so that now the mitochondria aren't working as well. We're not producing as intense or strong or balanced biophotons. So that cellular communication isn't as strong as it would be in the natural environment. And that is what is happening with electromagnet with these what we call EMF or 5G from our cell towers and our cell phones, Wi-Fi routers, Bluetooth, any wireless device that you have. But it goes beyond just the wireless modern technology. It's all the electricity, all the wires running through your house. Believe it or not, they put off an electrical field and a magnetic field that also create a stress on the body. So when we go into nature, we get balanced. When we go around these electrical and magnetic fields, we get imbalance, we get stress. And what does Dr. Wolfe say? Stress leads to inflammation. Inflammation leads to scar tissue, disease, and really a general sense of toxicity and feeling unwell. But we're talking about the solutions. We're talking about regaining our life, taking back that stewardship, and we're not the only ones doing it. In fact, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., right, the Secretary of Health and Human Services for the United States, he said one of his primary objectives is research on these non-native electromagnetic fields. So why would someone who cares so much about health take on this, what people would call a conspiracy or these rogue ideas that, oh, your cell phone doesn't hurt you. Oh, absolutely. We know, I mean, within 5 minutes, we can visualize a change in your blood if you're within around your cell phone. Just holding your cell phone for 5 minutes will change the quality of the blood. That's been studied, it's been researched, it's been replicated multiple times. And well, now RFK Jr., Robert F. Kennedy Jr., and the Trump administration have taken notice, and they're saying putting research into this is the number one of the top three goals they have at that secretary level. So why would he do that, Cheryl, if it wasn't a major health concern?
Well, it has to be. And, we talk about it here at the DACA Detox that every single cell needs zero point 0.4 volts in order to, maintain a healthy cell. And basically, the EMFs take that light away. If we are energy beings and we are measured electromagnetically and something comes in and interferes with that, it can only disrupt the cells. And when you talk about disrupting in that cellular blood level and what it does, you're talking about your immune system. You're talking about the ability to fight off anything that you become exposed to. So yes, it's super important. I mean, to me, making my clinic an EMF-free clinic was like once I had the opportunity, it was like I jumped at it. It was like, of course I do, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. You want to be an EMF safe clinic because now people who are sensitive know I can get to Cheryl's clinic and I will be protected. I'll be in an environment that's balanced, that's energetic, but it's free from the stress. It's not going to have the same level of stress that any other clinic is going to have. So we're on a huge initiative to try to get all of Dr. Wolfe's clinics to be EMF safe, and you're going to see that come more and more over the course of the next couple months. So the issue that what's beautiful is that so Dr. Wolfe has this line of products, our products called Lifeguard. And the Lifeguard, you can go to store.docadetox and find these. This is the Bodyguard. Okay? So the Bodyguard, it's been shown in an independent study to create bioharmonization within 10 minutes of being put on. So within
Trying to
10
find the
minutes,
ones that have the actual pictures. There we go.
there you go. There it is. Yeah, there's the Bodyguard. So it's compact, it's lightweight. You can wear it everywhere you go. You almost forget you're wearing it. And yet, even if you forget you're wearing it, your body doesn't because it's receiving these frequencies that are embedded into these plates that mimic the sun, mimic minerals, and it's a whole suite of frequencies that have been embedded into the plate that resonate now, and they resonate in a direct field right into the body. So it's not a ambient field with these single plates. These single plates are a direct field. And that's true with all the plates that are a single or single stack that are on this Lifeguard product line. So you can wear it, during the day. You can wear it at night when you sleep. I wear it every night when I sleep, and I usually only take it off if I'm going to shower. But even then, sometimes I'll leave it on. I'll leave it on when I'm swimming, and I've even placed it on our pets. All right, we have a cat, and sometimes I put it on the cat. If the cat has just got in a fight and it needs to heal, I'm going to put the bodyguard right on the cat and help it heal. We even put at a conference, we had a dog named Comet, and it was very stressed out. We put it on, twitching muscles and everything, and we put the bodyguard around its neck, and within minutes, it was relaxed. And the owner said it was the first time that night that dog had slept through the night, just so it was so peaceful. So even our animals, our pets, are affected by this EMF, and we need to give ourselves that boost of energy that these plates have. And there's no other product like it. There's nothing else that is using light and photonics like this. And that is really what we drive, what we thrive on. That's what our bodies need. We need this natural electromagnetic fields from the sun, from the plants, from the planet, from each other, from our body to produce. We need to be producing better, stronger, natural light, which are electromagnetic fields, these photons, and that's what these plates help you do.
I think it's wonderful. So when I'm wearing this plate, when I walk out of my house, because I know my house is an EMF-free space, but that doesn't mean when I get into my car,
Yep.
right, my phone is there. I'm now got the energy off my phone. And even though they're all, on the radio of your car, now you're looking at Bluetooth. Of course, there's got to be all this energy coming in through my car. Not to mention the car itself, because I have a hybrid. So now you're looking at the different kind of energies that are on me. So how big is the field that this personal plate protects me?
Yeah, these plates. So this is what's unique about these products, and I'll show you. The next one is this is the Bodyguard. If you switch screens to the next one, we'll show that. You get in a nice box like this. It comes with a little protective sleeve. This is called the Protector Plus. Okay, right here. And these plates, I just want to be clear. These plates, very directed beam. It's almost like light therapy. If you have a light therapy device and you're going to take that and you say, oh, I have a sore shoulder, you can take and you just direct it right onto you. So it's not that these are creating a field of 10 or 20 feet. What they're doing is they're healing you from the inside out. And when I say heal, these products don't heal, they don't treat, they don't do any. What they're doing is they're amplifying the quality of the light within the body, allowing the body to have less stress from the EMF, and then the body's natural healing process kicks in. So it's working from the inside out. So as your body and your light increases, your energy, your vitality increases, and that reverses the issues of EMF, and that's a protection for you. So this Protector Plus and the Bodyguard both are very directed beams of light. So I can aim this even at like I'm having my daily detox tea. I can structure and energize that detox tea by taking the plates. I just put it underneath. It seems to be most convenient for me. You can also put it on the side like this. And you're going to energize that daily detox tea that Dr. Wolfe already has shown is so valuable and so beneficial. But let's give it a boost. Let's help give it some energy, and it's going to be even more effective. So you just do that, and then there you go. And you're going to taste that difference. It's going to be smoother. It's going to feel more structured, more balancing. It's more grounding. So all these plates are helping you be protected from all the other sources of EMF. So when you go into that car, Cheryl, you're getting hit by most cars have Wi-Fi, that they produce their own Wi-Fi. They have probably 5 to 7, maybe 10 computer chips in there running the GPS, running all the computer systems. And if you have an electric vehicle, you've got batteries, you've got magnetics, you've got all the motors. So you're being hit by a lot of electromagnetic fields that are non-native. They're not natural to your body, and your body has to respond to those, and it does it with stress. But when you're wearing these, your body is being tuned at a level at a higher rate, higher resonance, and it's shielding itself from the negative influence so that your body is staying in balance. And we can show this. I know everybody asks, well, can you demonstrate this? Absolutely. We use bioresonance to do that. Bioresonance devices like a Skeo biofeedback or a PS10 out of Germany. These devices show the body's stress level and balance or imbalance. And what we've seen is within minutes of wearing any of these plates, whether it's the Bodyguard, the Plus, the Protector Plus, or even the Defenders, within minutes, your body, the stress level drops and lowers. It becomes more balanced and more energetic. And over time, that healing and recovery process really kicks in. We had a lady who just emailed us in this last week who said, "Thank you so much for that Defender, the Defender Plus." That's this one back here, Cheryl. Okay, so this one is a little bit larger. That's the next one. Yeah, the Defender Plus. Now this is a 4.5 inch or 5 inch square plates. All right, and they're 5 layers. So it's got a little bit of weight to it, but it's not a whole lot. It comes with a carry bag, something you can carry it and wear it throughout the day. But she said, "Thank you so much for making these products available because it was what she needed to get over her chemical toxicity, her mold sensitivity, and the EMF sensitivity." And she says, "Within weeks, I feel totally different. I'm sleeping better. I'm living better. I have my life back." So she was already doing a lot of great nutraceuticals and she was following Dr. Wolf's plans. I mean, she had made a ton of progress. And this was like helped her get even over the next hurdle on her health journey. So we all want more, right, Cheryl? We all want to get to that next level of our health. And what she found was that this was what helped her get to that next level. And she's like, my body feels just relaxed.
Well, it is amazing. And you know, what I love about your products are they're for real because there's a
Yeah.
lot of products on the market that say they're EMF protectors, right? That
That's right.
really, really aren't protecting you in the way that you need to be protected because they don't understand the science behind it or what really does harmonize, right? So you can like they're saying they're trying to put a force field around you, but it's a very big difference in the technology to harmonize it, to render it harmless, and that
Right.
was something that I really wanted to understand when you first started talking about your products. And I want to go back to this slide because when people
Yep.
ask what happens in the body, well, this to me was one of the most powerful slides that I could see, right? Because
Right.
you're right. When I talk about that zero point 0.4 volts and how, light is life. So what actually happens in our blood when we are attacked by EMF? So that's what I just want to touch on really briefly so people understand why this woman sent in a testimonial, what actually was happening in her body that made her
Yeah.
feel so much better.
And Cheryl, it's real time. So if I take a cell phone or if I go around Wi-Fi or any of if just the modern world that we're in, within 5 minutes, my blood is going to look like what it's on the left. It's a sticky blood. I'm not going to give it a name because the name isn't the thing, but the voltage of the cells changes. They start to clump together, and now you're not getting good oxygen transport. You're not getting good nutritional transportation between the cells. They're not communicating well. Your immune system is getting muted, so your immune system isn't working as efficiently. It's not flushing out the dead cells. It's not combating the other bacterials or parasites. Like the environment has changed to where now all of a sudden, like Dr. Wolf says, parasites aren't something you need to cleanse. It's an environmental thing. Let's change the environment. You don't have an issue. Well, when you're around all this environment and you're not protected with the lifeguard tech, you're allowing an environment to be here that is conducive to parasites, to disease. And it's because your blood can't process and flow like it's naturally supposed to. So within minutes, and this is real time, and when 30 minutes later, so we did what we did in this example is we took 10 minutes with the Defender Pro Plus, but we've done it with the Defender Pro, we've done it with the Guardian Plus, we've done it with all of the products. And within 10 to 20 to 30 minutes, the blood starts to get oxygen again. It gets structured again. Just like I was showing you with the detox tea, I can energize and structure the water. Well, your blood is going to be structured as well. And when you see that happen, we look at the slide that's on the right and look at the shape of those red blood cells. They're round, they're bright, they've got more photonic activity, so they're more vital, and they have more energy. And so now the one on the right, you've got more oxygen in the blood. If you worry about onset dementia, if you worry about neurological disease or immune dysfunction or mitochondrial dysfunction, or if you're an athlete and you're saying, I want to get to that next level, your blood, you want to stay in that nice, clean shape and pattern that's on the right side. And that's where the lifeguard tech comes in. You need the lifeguard tech to help you stay in that balanced condition. I had my blood tested and it was already looking like it on the right because I had been wearing this. I've been wearing it for years now, but people who wear these, that's where your blood is going to stay, and you're going to get that oxygen transport, the nutritional transport, and all the other good things that your red and white blood cells are designed to do.
Yeah, you're right. And, after, I did a show with Dr. Judy Mikovits as well, and she talks about how the EMFs, when they are attacking your body, right, when you're being exposed to them, it actually triggers something where your glutathione, which is your immune building stuff in your cells, it goes right after that. So your body is then throwing everything it has trying to protect you. And now your glutathione gets less and less and less. Your immune system drops. You get the clumpy blood. It's like, it doesn't happen. This happens quickly. What people don't realize is we are exposed to EMFs, most people, from, I would say, 4 to 10 hours a day. They do not realize how much they're exposed. You've got your routers in your houses. You're watching TV 4 to 6 hours. People just sit in, especially the older generation. Older people. They don't really get active during the winter. They're sitting in front of their TVs. They've got, streaming shows, right? And don't realize my mother didn't even know she had internet. She did not know how the Roku worked when her friend plugged it into the back of her TV. And I go, Mom, right? She goes, but I can get all these shows now. So, educating people on how powerful this is and how it does affect your body, and watching my mother start catching colds and getting sicker, and just because she allowed internet into her house.
Well, because your body is always adapting to the environment it's in. Now, you may not feel those symptoms right away, but your body is reacting. That's why we can see the change in the blood immediately. And you may or may not feel your blood getting sticky and your glutathione process being shut down or stagnant, but you will over time. And that's where that inflammation, that scar tissue kicks in. So we're covering, Cheryl, I just want to stop and pause. We're covering a lot of information. For those of you who are watching, if you have any comments or questions, please drop them in the comment section, because we're watching the comments live real time, and we can help even answer your questions here on the show as well while we're here live. So please take the time to do that.
Well, it's interesting because I'm looking at mine hoping that I could see the comments, but the truth is the comments can only be seen by Rafa in the studio. So I'm not able to see them. So
Cheryl, here's the trick. You got to pull up another browser where you can watch Facebook Live. So I've got Facebook Live going on another browser.
On my phone, but there's no comments showing up.
Not yet. Well, we need someone to drop a comment for us. So, because we're very engaged. Here's the other thing I think that EMFs do is, because they weaken your immune system, they lower your vitality, they make us feel sick. They actually lead to our minds not having brain fog, right? And when we're not feeling well, how relationally, like, how, what's the word? When we're not feeling well, do we really want to reach out and be relational? Do we want to be in the community? Do we want to be around other people? No, when we're not feeling well, we want to we want to stay to ourselves and get better. And so I think one of the consequences of EMF sensitivity and this disease, this dysfunction, is that we become isolated. But if you can mitigate that EMF, if you can protect yourself and you with the lifeguard and you get your energy back, all of a sudden you become more vital and you're going to want to engage with other people. You're going to become the life will come back. So that's I think it's an interesting way to look at what EMFs are doing just from a relationship and community perspective. Hey, there we go. I'm seeing comments. Thank you so much. I love it.
I
Yeah,
did too. You were right.
got it.
Because, I also want people to understand that this affects your gardens. This affects the vegetables that you're eating. Because people think, oh, I'm growing my own food and I'm so happy. And I'm thinking to myself, yes, but have you done anything to protect your soil and your food from the EMFs? Because
Yep.
they're not just affecting our animals, which I know my dog has changed completely since I became an EMF-free clinic. It's like amazing how different he is. He's so much calmer. He's not barking at everything that moves. And when you live on 13 acres with wild animals, it would be like an incessant thing. Now he just kind of picks and chooses who gets too close to the house. So, I'm noticing all of those. And I planted my garden this year. And Dan, the difference that I'm seeing, right? Because raw food is bright. And we look at high frequency foods. And if you're going to all the trouble to build, to do your gardens, then make sure that you've got a guardian. Make sure you have something so that these are also being EMF free. I have
Yeah.
more birds now. I've seen more nests, more baby birds, more hummingbirds. I mean, it's like it's turned into an entirely different property since I have what do I have? I have the big ones.
Yeah, you have the Defender, Plus with the quantum stand, right?
There you
And
go.
so that stand helps expand because I was sharing you these plates by themselves are very directional. But when you place these like when you place your Defender Pro on the Universal Quantum Energizer, we have a scalar technology in there. So now you're getting both biophotonic frequencies as well as scalar frequencies, scalar waves that is broadcasting across your property. And
Wow.
and so now you're getting both, and you're carrying these waves on that scalar side, so it's really interacting with nature, and that's why you start to see the garden work. So yes, this is a perfect for your home and your gardens. And what we have a question here: is this a good replacement for red light therapy? I think it's a fantastic solution for that. Red light therapy is awesome. I use it as well, but it's very targeted. You're going to use a certain wavelength for a very certain purpose. These are full spectrum. They're using the entire field of light to infuse your body with that natural biophotonic energy that is balanced and full spectrum. So I think that the body responds to it differently than it does just red light therapy. So maybe there's a place for both. But I do know that, and I notice this with practitioners all the time, if they energize the person before they do the hands-on treatments, they say their body is way more open to being adjusted and receiving that adjustment than they would be if they didn't get warmed up with the plates beforehand. So if you do already have red light and you treat and you're say you're doing it on your shoulder, energize that shoulder, structure that shoulder with these plates first, then do red light, and the results are going to be even more significant. I
I love
love the
that.
question. Thank you
And
for
so how
asking
long,
that,
if I was to
Leslie.
do a client, how long would I do that over the body part that I wanted to work on?
I mean, 10 minutes is a great session for that. Yeah. And you can have it even on them. So they could be, while they're in the waiting room, they could just have it working in their body as they're in their waiting room, preparing to get you worked on by you. Or even if they're in the room and they're on the bed, you could even go up and down the spine. So one of the things that we do to help get the hips ready to be adjusted, the sacrum is really an interesting deal. It's at the bottom of the spinal cord, and that spinal cord is like an antenna. So all the EMFs that come in, one of the things that happens in the body is that EMF goes down the spinal cord and it builds up that stress and that radiation in that sacrum. Well, a lot of us have lower back issues, partly because we're weakened by that buildup of the EMF in the sacrum. So what we do is we'll go up and down the spine 10 times, and then we go hip to hip 10 times. And we see you can feel the fluid start to move and things just get more open, and that adjustment really takes place pretty well.
That is just amazing and fabulous. And I have actually been using it on my clients that come, and they have said, especially, believe it or not, before I get them on the cardio med bed.
Okay.
So,
Absolutely.
right, I get it over their hearts, and I get them, and I do it here to make them relax, right?
Yeah.
And once they get in there, it's been amazing. It's like even the people I'd have difficulties with almost go to sleep. They're just relaxed while this machine is doing the most amazing job of circulating oxygen throughout the body. Now, what I did notice was I couldn't leave it on them for the machine to work. It was that powerful. So it kept trying to harmonize my machine. So I had to move it until they were done.
Well, that's interesting. And then if they go home and they're wearing the bodyguard or the protector, if they're wearing that, then their body's going to stay in that resonance a lot longer, and that treatment's going to stick a lot longer, and it's going to maintain it for them. So they should never leave your office without a bodyguard. And if you're at home and you're doing treatments, maybe getting adjusted, maybe you go to your a power pack clinic or chiropractic or whatever you end up doing, make sure you're using one of the bodyguards, because it's going to help that treatment stick and last longer, and you're going to save money by not having to go back to that chiropractor as often, because the treatments they'll be able to do more during one session than they could otherwise, and it'll stick longer.
And anybody out there that has been using these and has seen the difference, like myself, send Dan a testimonial, because this is how we do it. Word of mouth. Nothing is more powerful than word of mouth when you're a healer and you're wanting to go from patient to healer, right? Because that's what we do here. We take victims to heroes. Because
that's right. Yeah, and Cheryl, they can contact right through the store at docofdetox.com. That's one of the best places to put your testimonials. It'll come right to me, but it'll go right to Dr. Wolfe as well, and the whole team. And then everybody who goes on to Doc of Detox will see that. And your testimonial may be exactly what someone who is in a situation just like you needed to see and hear and read in order to have their life be improved as well. So please take the time, just drop a quick note to the folks, the customer support at Doc of Detox, so they can get it on the website, get it on Facebook, in their social channels, and share it with other people who right now don't know about the bodyguard, don't know about lifeguard technology, but know that if they could have the same experience that you had. We really appreciate you letting them know.
When you go to the Doc of Detox, he's got all these amazing, wonderful, different sizes for different purposes. You hit detail and it explains what they are, what it's for. Because I know that for me, when I think about this, we talked about the Energizer Plus, but I talk about the Sentinel Plus for me is how the world changes. And I said it the last time, and I mean it. If you still have kids in school, you guys do so many fundraisers. Do a fundraiser to get a Sentinel Plus put in your school. Kids are now being taught on computers. They're being taught from their phones. It's like these young children are being exposed to these EMFs even all day long at school, right? Yeah. These schools have to have internet. They've got the routers, placed throughout it. But think about the hospitals and all of the internet that's required for the streaming there. And, if you have a big office building, if you've got a ranch and you're growing grass-fed, organic, pasture-raised beef, you want to make sure that you're protecting the entire piece of property. To me, this is how we start healing the world. And maybe we can get this information to Robert Kennedy. They start funding more of these to get them into the schools now. That would be a purpose to get behind.
Absolutely. That's absolutely. I was just last week on a property where we installed a Sentinel Plus. And what I did before I set it up for the first hour, I used a device that measures the quality of the energy, so whether it's in balance or out of balance across the whole property. And so we've been doing this a lot over the last several months. We've got dozens of farms now and properties in our database where we've done this. But we take a baseline, we see what the energy is like beforehand. And beforehand, it's always a lot of fluctuation, a lot of entropy, a lot of the intensity isn't as strong as it could be. But we get a baseline, and then we set up the Sentinel, the Sentinel Plus, right? And we set that up, and then we let it run for another hour. And so then we can see it before and after. So just like we saw with the red blood cells, before and after, we can see a change in the environment on that piece of property or in that school or in that clinic or on that farm real time. Before, it's chaotic, the entropy is all over the place, the intensity isn't that great, there's not as much quality light, it's just imbalanced. Afterwards, it all becomes a lot more coherent. That EMF puts a suppressive blanket across that property. And what this Sentinel does is helps lift that blanket and allows nature to come back in with all its light and vibrance. And then we see that with the energy on that farm and that property become balanced. It's an investment, but I'm telling you, you're going to have this investment for the next 10, 15 years. It's going to continue to keep and maintain that nice level quality quality energy that's structured and coherent. And that's where nature thrives. And so people, plants, and animals on that property have all noticed the difference, and it's real time.
I just think it goes beyond how important I feel that this is, because this is how we learn to exist and live protected in a world that's going to continue to advance, right, in technology. So it does become ever so important. And, you look at the size of them, they're not even that big. You're not looking at having to dedicate. It's not like solar panels where you're taking up all this space on your property. It literally fits. Look at that. It literally fits in your hand.
You can hold it. This is the Sentinel, right? It's a 9x9 by 2-inch box. It's got 4 stacks of the plates in there, and this one is the Guardian Plus plates. You can take it. Doesn't bolt. It doesn't bolt down. It doesn't connect to electricity. These are harmonizers. These are subtle energy devices. So if you get this for your property and then you end up moving, guess what? It comes with you. Maybe you go on a road trip. Great. Put it in the car. Bring it with you. If you've got it in your school, have it there during the school year in the summer when school is out. You can leave it in the building or you can take it home with you. So it's very flexible, very dynamic, and extremely usable.
And, I'm going to get one of these things from you. I just know it, that says that I am an EMF safe clinic.
That's right. It's coming.
Because that makes it important. I can put this right at my driveway. It's like before people even show up. And, the other renters on my property are also getting the benefits of me having this on my property and having that harmonizer. So, here it just kind of talks about all the different things that all the different ones can do. And like I said, you guys can go download the app, go and watch these again if you missed any of them, because we make them available for you guys to listen to over and over, because this is how we educate ourselves, because it's just so important.
That's right. Yeah. And if an EMF safe clinic is interesting to you, I'd love you just to put a thumbs up or a heart in the chat. In my experience, talking with a lot of people, thousands of people over the last several years, one of the challenges that people have that are electrical sensitive is finding a clinic they can go to that will accommodate their sensitivity. And here we are, we're going to create a whole movement of clinics that put that sensitivity right at the forefront and say, we're addressing this right away, right now for you, so that you can come in any time of the day. It doesn't have to be after hours when they can turn off the lights and turn off the Wi-Fi. it's going to be it's a lot more convenient because we've harmonized that environment, harmonized that Wi-Fi for you. And so you don't have to be afraid of going to the clinic. If it says EMF safe clinic, you're good to go.
Oh, I just love that. I'm so glad you're here today. And, we think about all the people who are now coming together because the world is finally waking up. We're finally realizing that no, this isn't the same place that we had years ago. And we do have to take action to protect ourselves and educate ourselves, everybody. Look at Healers of the Faith. This is a BHN TV special online world event. Dr. Judy Mikovits and 18 other world-leading healers are coming to give their time. And it's going to be very different. It's not going to be very it's not going to be science that's over your head. This is going to be real life, talking about what you can do on a daily basis to protect your bodies and protect our world, right? Because it isn't just about this body, even though I have to get this safe and get it healthy, but then it's about word of mouth and paying it forward and helping the whole world to heal together and taking our power back from big pharma, taking our power back, from the medical system, which is great if you have an emergency, you get in an accident, you need surgery, good, then get out and then come home and heal yourself is what I tell people. So Sunday, June 8th, that's this Sunday. Okay, it's going to be 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern time. Then there's a live Q&A where you can come in and ask questions in real time. That's going to be Monday, the 9th from 12 to 2, and again, Wednesday, the 11th from 7 to 10. If you don't go to bhnuniversity.com and register, you won't be sent the link for the live Q&As. Yes, you'll be able to watch the special on Facebook or Instagram or all the other platforms we have, but when it comes to the Q&As, you won't be able to put it in. This is free. You just have to go and register so they have your email. This is like a no-brainer. And then we're going to offer another special on July 13th. This is called Gold Care. And it's going to have, besides all the amazing world healers that are showing up, we've got Dr. Dana Granberg-Neal, Dr. Simone Gold, Dr. Daryl Wolfe. These are people who have spent years educating themselves and are now bringing that information to us. And again, it's free. Again, you have to register for the live Q&As. So Sunday, July 13th, 11 to 6. Monday's Q&A is always 12 to 2 and Wednesday 7 to 10. This is real time to ask questions. I just make sure I have some time in that day wherever I'm going to be, because even if you guys are riding on the road, you can still listen to them on all our audio broadcasts. And right now, just in solidarity, we're having Healers of the Faith sale. So this started on Monday and goes to Sunday, June 15th. Okay, that means that when we start talking about all the things we need to take care of our bodies, you can jump on the DocaDetoxStore.com and, like Dan said, start getting those high frequency nutraceuticals, because they do make a difference. It takes a community to heal our bodies now. We have to know all the things that we need. And I'm wearing this pendant 24/7. I almost thought I wasn't supposed to wear it in the shower, but I did, and it seems to be fine. And I keep it all nice and clean and dry.
Totally fine. Yeah, not a problem.
But I have structured water coming through all of my showers. And so I know that I'm getting good water that hits me. Like if I open my mouth to drink water out of my shower, I never have to be concerned, which to me is so important, right? And because we keep sharing the truth, they keep banning us from Facebook for different reasons. And eventually, because of all the truths we're bringing, we'll probably not be on Facebook in the future. We're still there now. But we're growing at 20,000 new Bravehearts every day, you guys. And they can't bump us off the BHN platform. We own it. It's ours. And so there's nothing they can do about that. So this is free health and healing for all humans. And, we want to bring the message to a free world. Guys, I just talked about it. The BHNapp.com, download the free app. It has everything you need. But most importantly, besides the other wonderful little personal things it does, it has Evolve, which is the world's largest free library of videos, guides, and audios for self-healing. Everything that we're talking about here, you can find in Evolve. You can find under news and events. And you know what? Connect with other people on this journey and then do the emotional intelligence masterclass. If you're looking for someone that you want a partner for life who's on the same journey, then make sure he's done the work, or her, so that you know what you're getting, that you're both talking the same talk and walking the same walk. Right now, Dr. Sage Wolfe is going all over the United States and a little bit of Canada left to do these amazing treatments. And I know Dan's got to be on the road. I'm sorry you're going to miss this, but anywhere if he's close by is going to be in Quebec. So he's coming and doing whole body thermography, heavy metal testings, Wolfe Non-Surgical, perfect day consultations at Power Pack clinics, which means they have the cell sonic regeneration and some even have the cardio med bed. So it is an amazing time to come and jumpstart your journey. I know a couple of people that put in comments today are coming to see Dr. Sage. I recognized Liesel's name, so I can't wait to meet you and see you here. He is taking appointments June 6th to 10th, which means that he only has until next Tuesday, right? So call Deborah. She said she has a couple appointments left, 305-342-9559. Heading off to St. Louis, Missouri with the wonderful Tim and Sandy from July 6th until July 15th. Call them at 479-215-9592. And then, of course, he's heading off to, whoops, I went by that too fast. He's actually going to be in Occidental. And the only reason they took it off was because I thought I was fully booked, but I've had a person who got into an accident who had a day of all of this scheduled. So I still don't give up. Still give me a call because sometimes there's cancellations and you can get yourself in for any of these treatments. It's at Occidental, Northern California. Call me at 707-322-1979. And then he's off to Los Angeles from July 31st to the 7th. Call Niren at 386-631-4066. His last stop, you guys, is Montreal, Quebec, before he's back in Ixtapa. So August 23rd to the September 1st, last time in Canada, probably for a while. So it's so important if you guys really want to start your healing journey to get there. Christine is amazing. She speaks fluent French for anybody that's in the area. So, you know, if that's one of the issues, you have someone speaking your language. Call her at 438-929-0997. You can go to bhnuniversity.com, click on Dr. Sage, find all the dates that you need to be. And also, guys, find a course date. There's only a couple left this year. Calgary is doing Wolfe Non-Surgical, and then Ixtapa, we're doing all three. So you want to go to BHN University, sign up. United States, we've got financing now for the classes and for the Power Pack Clinic. We've got all the different places that you can watch us. You know, as long as we can, we'll be on the Facebook, X, Instagram, YouTube, Rumble, and of course, audio. Like I tell people, you don't have to miss a podcast because you're driving. We are on so many different audios now that you can listen while you drive. You know, sometimes it's great to hear music, but then what if you were going to be on the road Sunday the 8th and you wanted to hear what all these amazing healers have to say? Then find a podcast and start listening. And just like Dan, all these amazing nutraceuticals, we now have different fulfillment centers in America, Canada, and Australia to get the products to you faster. And you can become an affiliate partner, earn commissions on referral, go to DACAdetoxpartner.com. And if you're any kind of health practitioner, you want to be offering these high frequency nutraceuticals, and you want to be offering like an EMF free clinic, you know, find out how to make that happen and become a step above everybody else when it comes to healing. Go to office.dacadetox@gmail.com, get all the information you want, or call our toll-free number. It's on bhnuniversity.com. And I have a Power Pack clinic. That's right. I have both the cell sonic regeneration and the cardio med bed. It makes all the difference in the world. And now an EMF free clinic. So we have, you know, you get training for all of this, right? If you buy one or the other, if you buy both, you get 2 sets of trainings. I mean, you're not going to find that anywhere else. Go to dodpowerpack.com, find out how you can have a clinic. We, again, have financing available so that it doesn't become an issue for everybody, anybody. So the DOD5star.com is an amazing healing retreat. Get yourself out of your environment. Go down and have something specially made for you, no matter what it is you want for your healing journey, DOD5star.com. And of course, if you can't make it to our trainings, Dr. Sage Wolfe will come to you. Now, I know he's going to be a lot busier than he has. So if you really do want personal training at home, you need to call him sooner than later, so that he can find where he has availability, because I know he's going to start running the clinic in Florida on Jim Gale's property. So that's going to be so exciting. I can't wait to see that Power Pack clinic. So again, you can call the worldwide number extension 5 because they will know we have not raised our prices. If you are in Canada, those are Canadian dollars. This is something that he's offering as a gift to Canada right now because of the way the dollar is working and the power. Anyway, we want people to heal. We want to reach everybody. We want everybody to be able to come and learn how to become your own practitioner. And again, financing in the USA only right now. Start your journey with a perfect day consultation. Daryl Wolfe is $250, or you can get someone like myself, a New World practitioner, for $150. Go to perfectdayconsultation.com. I know I'm going through these quickly, but we got started a little late, and I just, we just get so excited about talking about EMFs and this wonderful healing modalities. So, Doc at Detox Store, if you want to be a walking advertisement for us, we've got sweatshirts, hoodies, t-shirts, and hats. I love that. Again, where we're available. You guys, you want to have the ultimate healing guide, the Perfect Day Guide. This is your new health Bible. You can get it at the store for $95 delivered, or you go to pdgfree.com and download it if you don't mind reading on your computer or your phone, or go to Evolve in the free app. It's there for you as well. I love this book. Healthy to 100. I want to say 120. I'm going to be absolutely beautiful with healthy blood cells. I see myself under a microscope when I'm wearing this, and in my house, I know that my blood is happy blood. Because remember, the only permanent healthcare is self-care, and the only permanent love is self-love. Because remember, it isn't just us taking care of our bodies. We have to heal our thoughts and our minds and our programming so that we speak and talk as if we're healed, when we actually understand what it means to unconditionally love ourselves, and we learn to fly. Because to rise to your full potential, you have to first love yourself and understand what that means. And just like with Dan at Braveheart Nation, we're stronger, we rise together. And you can go to bhnuniversity.com, go to the bhnapp.com, get involved, become part of our community. And before we end, I just wanted to say thank you so much, Dan. If there's anything that you wanted to share before we end today.
Take back your energy. Take control of it. Raise your energy, raise your vitality. Whatever you do, take a step forward, take a massive action, take a step and invest in yourself today and get your energy, your vitality up. Your body, your blood will thank you, and those around you will see the difference, and you'll feel the difference.
Well, yes, you can see it in your eyes, the glow of your skin. I mean, truly, people ask me, how are you? I go, I'm fantastic. I really am. And it's not me making it up or having to fake it till I make it. I really am fantastic, and I'm healed, and my body's pain-free, and I have tons of energy, lots and lots of energy to give. So we'll end with the oath because it's so important for people to, this is our mirror work. This is how you get started with what's important. So deep breath in. And you say, I am love. I am healed. I am Braveheart. Today and every day, from the moment I rise until I gently close my eyes, I will always trust, honor, respect, protect, forgive, and totally love myself first and foremost before anyone else or anything else. So help me God. Because I am, I can, I am love, I am healed, I am Braveheart, and I am all in. Thank you guys for joining us. It's been an amazing, wonderful hour. I can't wait to do it again. So 3, 2, 1, you got this.